Hare Krishna Prabhuji, there is no sound.
Hare Krishna, I'm audible?
Yes, now it's okay.
Yeah, I think without this is better. I think without that also it's better. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So, for better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, we will have the session in the following manner. Phase one, we will see Arjuna is still disturbed, but one good thing is he uh, accepts Krishna as the supreme, as his spiritual master, and he understands the goal of life he plans. The spiritual master, the first lesson he teaches is what is our real identity, which is text 11 to 30. And the spiritual master tells we are children of God, and if we have we are have a conditional approach to the Supreme Person of Godhead, we will have limited happiness, which is mentioned in text 31 to 37. And if we want unlimited happiness, then we have to have unconditionally surrendered to the supreme plan of the Lord. That is from text 38 onwards, 53. And Arjuna was so infatuated that, wow, if the pure devotee of the Lord is experiencing such unlimited uh, happiness, what are the symptoms of those devotees, Jivan Mukta, surrendered souls? Text 54 till 72, conclusions and question answers. So, this Bhagavad Gita is really amazing, out of the world, and beautiful. Let us dive into the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is entitled Sankhya Yoga. Arjun is still confused, is disturbed because he is still not understanding the plan of the Lord. And Sanjaya describes his situation. Sanjaya vacha tam tata kripya abhistam ashrupurna akulikshanam visidantam idam vakyam vacha madhusudana. Sanjay is telling King Dhritarashtra, Madhusudana is Krishna who killed the demon called Madhu, is going to kill the demon, the doubt, the demon in the form of doubt in the heart of Arjuna. Arjuna, even though he is the man of Dwapar Yuga, he is the gold medalist of Dronacharya Institute of Warfare, and he is uh, a person who never ever lost any war, and is sure to win this war also. But the condition is such that he is now crying. This is material world. Everybody at one time comes to this state, and the reason is very simple. Just we have a plan, and that plan is different from Krishna's plan. Simple as that. And with his eyes full of tears, and mindful of depression, out of compassion, he speaks the following words. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Krishna is going to speak these words. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri means beautiful. Bhagavan means the most important person. Vacha means speaking. The most important and a beautiful person is going to speak. That means he's going to pick something beautiful and something very important for us. That means Vyas Muni is saying, let us pay full attention and concentrate at all what Krishna is going to speak. Not only on the words, but every letter is got so much importance that it can change our life from unhappiness to happiness, from depression to full of bliss. So, Krishna, Krishna, we see Arjuna is addressed as Arjuna, whereas Duryodhana is addressed as Duryodhana, and the Dhritarashtra is addressed as this Dhritarashtra, and Sanjay is addressed as Sanjay. But Krishna should be addressed as Krishna, but he is addressed as Sri Bhagavan, because Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and Vyasamuni wants to make sure that we don't we don't underestimate the position of or we don't mistake the position of Krishna. He is not an ordinary living entity like um, us, but he is the supreme personality of Godhead, and that's why Sri Bhagwan Vacha. Tutastu kasmalam idam visamaya samapastitam anaryajustam asvargyam akirti karam Arjuna. Krishna is uh, rebuking Arjuna. What is this, Arjuna? Is this the time you have to behave like this? You are a warrior. You're my friend. This kind of behavior is not befitting for a person who knows the value of life, and they will not lead to higher planet and forget of being happy in this earthly planet. From where did all this impurities come? क्लेब्यमास्मगमपात नैतत्त्वयि उपपाद्यते शूद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वा उत्तिष्ठ परं तपा. O chaster of enemies, param tapa. O son of Pritha, Partha, where did this kind of degrading importance come unto you? People will laugh at you. Yes, when for a year you are in incognito, you were like a eunuch, an important person. But this is not you, and this the defeat you. Oh Krishna, it's my compassion. It's not compassion, Arjuna, it's weakness of heart. No, Krishna, give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. Uttishta, first time in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is using the word Uttishta, and again in the second chapter he will be using the word Uttishta. In the end of the fourth chapter, again he will use the word Uttishta, and in the 11th chapter, yes, Nimit Matra Bhavasavasachi, it says Uttishta. So four times the word Uttishta is mentioned, and it is the first time Krishna says Uttishta. Arjuna Vacha Kata Bhishma Aham Sanke Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubi Pratiyochyami Puja Ara Arisudana. Krishna, you are Arisudana, you are a killer of enemies, not killer of relatives, friends, grandfather, and teacher. Oh Krishna, you are uh, you are Madhusudana, you are killer of the demon Madhu, not of grandfather. Why are you telling me to kill Bhishma and Dronacharya? They are personalities who should be worshipped by flowers, not by arrows in the battle. They are They are not, they are to be worshipped and offered loving words. What to speak of harsh words? Forget about fighting with them. Krishna, please, please change your plan. But Krishna's plan is the plan, but Arjuna is bewildered and he's giving more arguments or more ways to convince Krishna. Gurun अहत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भुक्तुं भक्ष्याम् अपि हा लोके हत्वार्थकामां तु गुरून् इह एव भुञ्जीया भोगान् रुदारी प्रदिग्धान्. Krishna, it would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of killing the lives of great souls like Bhishma, Dronacharya, who are my teachers. Even though they are desiring to the worldly gain, they are superior. If they are killed, oh Krishna, I cannot be happy even if I get the three world, because this kingdom will be tainted with their blood. Oh Krishna, please change your plan. So many times we think that we can convince, but Krishna is perfect, always perfect, and was perfect. न चैतद्विद्मः कातरान्नो गर्यो यद्वा जयामा यदि वा नो जयेओ यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषाम ते अवस्थिता प्रमुखे दात्राष्ट्रः. Nor do we know which is better, Krishna, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are standing before us. Oh, Krishna, please change your plan. But the plan of Krishna is that Arjuna should kill them. And by Arjuna killing them, they will be delivered and they will go to the spiritual world because of Arjuna's purity and Krishna's presence. Oh, Krishna, my mind is reeling. Please tell me what is good for me. कार्पण्य दोषोपता स्वभाव पृच्छामि त्वं धर्म सामुडचेतः यश्रेयस्यान्निशितान् ब्रूहितान् मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं साधिमां तां प्रपन्नम्. Oh Krishna, I'm confused, and because of the miserliness of my intelligence, I'm lost my composure and not able to understand my duty. I am asking you in this condition, what is best for me? Shreyas means what is best for me. Prayas means what I like, and prayas is what is good for me. And that's a difference. What is good for me? For a small boy, if he studies and uh, does good hard work to complete his homework and get good marks, that is good for him. But the boy likes to play. So there is a difference what I like and what is good for me. So Arjuna is saying, what is good for me? Please tell me the ultimate good that is called Shreyas. That kind of activity which will give me ultimate, unlimited, ever increasing happiness. Please tell me that, oh Krishna. Krishna says, why should I say? You are my friend. You will argue and and cut my suggestions, advice. Why should I tell you? You are not my disciple. Now I am your disciple, Krishna. Krishna says, why you want to become my disciple? There is Prahaspati, go to him. He's still alive. There is Vedvyas Muni in Bhadrashram, go to him. No, 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 Krishna. Apart from you, nobody else can understand me. I surrender unto you. Oh Krishna, please instruct me. And this is the turning point. The point is, Duryodhana is bad, Dhritarashtra is bad, Arjuna is good, and all of them are disturbed. But Duryodhana is bad, that's why he's not able to come to a spiritual master. But Arjuna is good, even though he's disturbed. But one good thing is he's coming in touch with a spiritual master. So being good is always good because at one stage the super soul will guide us toward the toward the spiritual master. Krishna, please, please, please advise. And this is the turning point. Had Arjuna not surrendered, Krishna would have not spoken. Similarly, we will as long as we don't surrender, we will never ever uh, uh, understand the plan of the Lord because the spiritual master will just smile and talk as friends. Nahi prapshyami mama apanu yachokam uchusanam indriyanam avapya bhoma asa patnam riddham rajam suranam api cha adipatyam. Krishna is testing Arjuna. He's saying, Arjuna, what is the use of speaking? You just fight. If you win, you will get the kingdom. And if you die, you get the heavenly planet. No, Krishna, no. I find no means to drive away this grief, which is trying my senses. I will not be able to dispel them. Even if I win the prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on this earth, oh Krishna, or even if I get the heavenly abode. What I want, Krishna, what I want, Krishna, is the divine knowledge, Divya Gyan, Divya Gyan. Nothing can satisfy me. The wealth, the beauty, fame, nothing. I want Divya Gyan. And Arjuna is crying, please give me the divine knowledge. And that is the thing which is actually uh, help us. Money, fame, beauty, power, nothing. Because there are powerful people, there are beautiful people, there are famous people, but they are disturbed. What is going to help us is the divine knowledge. And Krishna, Arjuna makes it clear, I want divine knowledge. And Sanjaya now is describing Sanjaya Vacha Evam Uktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Param Tapa Nayochya Iti Govindam Uktva Tushmin Babu Vaha. O Krishna, in this way, Arjuna, Gudakesha, one has conquered ignorance and one has conquered sleep, the chastisement of enemy. Arjuna spoke to Rishikesha, the master of senses, and he said, Na yocha iti govindam. I cannot, I cannot fight. And he sits, fell silent. Sanjay is using the word Kudakesha because Dhritarashtra was feeling, wow, if Arjuna is gone, Pandava is gone. But he knows the plan of the Lord and he says, Arjuna is Gudakesha. Don't worry. He's not, Arjun means simple. So he thought this simple fellow is gone. But Gudakesh is Gudakesh, is the he has conquered our ignorance. Very soon he will conquer this ignorance also. His Parantapa is chastiser of enemy. He will also chastise all the enemies. And with him is Rishikesha, the controller of senses. He will definitely make Arjuna senses in such a way that he can fight back. So, uh, because Sanjay knows the plan of the Lord. Tambacha Rishikesha Prahasana Iha Bharata Senayor Bayor Madhe Visidantam Idam Vachaha. Krishna smiled while his friend was crying. And it is very, very important to understand that Krishna is smiling. Why? Because he is aware, he is full of knowledge. Those who are above ignorance, those who are full of knowledge, actually, actually, they are always happy and satisfied and smiling. And those who are ignorance actually cry. So these Bhagavad Gita, Krishna smiling and Arjuna crying, is very important. It sends an important message that those who are with full knowledge will always be blissful in all time, place, and circumstances. And people who are in ignorance will cry, whatever may be the situation or time or place. So we should take this divine knowledge so that we can also become blissful at all time, place, and circumstances. And this spiritual master is going to reveal the the first lesson to the disciple. That is our real identity. And Krishna is smiling and now starting the real Bhagavad Gita. And our text 1 till 30 is the explanation of real identity, who really we are. And again, Vyasa Muni saying Sri Bhagavan Vacha. That means Sri means beautiful, Bhagwan means the most important person is speaking. That means something very important and beautiful is going to be spoken. Let us pay full attention and we give a laser focus, concentrated attention, catch every sentence, forget every sentence, every word, every letter is full of importance and it's beautiful for us. So Vyasmuni says, pay full attention. असोचयानन्वसोच्यस्तं प्रज्ञावादां च भाससे गतासुन अगतासुन च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः. Oh, Arjuna, you're speaking like a learned person. That means you're speaking like a learned person, but you are not a learned person. Why? Because a real Pandita, learned person, he never laments for Gatasun, those who are dead, and Agatasun, those who are alive. And you are crying for that thing which is not to be cried for. You're worrying for those things which is not to be worried about. You're worrying about the body. The body is going to change, and you're not the body. You are worrying about Bhishma and Dronacharya because that body is going to change, and you cannot do anything for this body which is going to change. You should worry about the soul, and you are not worrying about the soul. This is the problem in this world. We worry about that thing which is not to be worried about, and we are not concerned about thing which is should be concerned. We should be concerned about the soul, but Arjuna is worried about the body. Krishna says, Bhishma, the Pandita knows that we were always in the past, we are in the present, also in future we will exist. The body can change, Arjuna. Bhishma was there, is there, and will be there. Na tu eva ham jatu nasham na tam neme janadipa na chaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. There was never a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in future any of us cease to be. I was God, I am God, and I will remain God. We you were a living entity, the kings were living entity, and all of them were living entity, is living entity, and remain a living entity. Krishna was God, is God, and will be God. Bhishma Pitama was there, is there, and will be there. Why are you worried? This is not a Pandit. You are speaking like a learned man, but a real learned man knows that I was always there. You were always there. Bhishma was always there. Krishna, but Bhishma is going to die. Yes, the body is going to change. We cannot, we cannot stop that. Dehino asmin yata dehe komara yovanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhiras tatra namuyate. Bhishma Pitama was at one time 2 kgs, and he was only 1 feet. And after that, he became 40 kgs and 4 feet. And now, but still we say, he's Bhishma, he's Bhishma, he's Bhishma. Like a man who is 80 years old, he will say, uh, in childhood, he was uh, uh, 3 kgs, and 3 months old. He was saying, I was Rajesh. And when I was in school, 30 kgs, and 10 years old, I am Rajesh. And when he's at 60s is 80 kgs and 5 feet, and he says, I'm Rajesh. And now in old age is 4.5 feet and is 70 kgs. Still he says Rajesh. The body is changing from 3 kgs to 60 kgs, but something in the body is not changing. And that is the real identity, which is being explained as soul. Bhishma's body is changing from uh, childhood to youth to old age. But Bhishma, the soul, will leave this body and get another body. And if you kill him, he will get a spiritual body. Do that. And a sober person is never bewildered because he knows, I am not the body, I am soul. Try understand this, and try understand the duty. As a soul, we are supposed to please the super soul. Come what may, we should understand our position. There can be heat, there can be cold, there can be favorable conditions and unfavorable condition. Whatever it is for the body, for the soul. Should For us, we should try please the super soul. That is our duty. We have to tolerate the unfavorable condition. We have to be stable in the favorable condition. And this is what a learned Pandita does. He is not disturbed. Matra spashastu kaunteya sitosna sukha dukkada agamapaino anitya stamti tikshava bharata. Favorable conditions will come, favorable conditions will go. Bhishma Pitama is now put into an unfavorable condition, and before that he was in a favorable condition. But sometimes good times will come, sometimes bad times will come. You are put in the unfavorable condition. You have to continue with your service. So don't stop. A Pandita, a learned person, is not disturbed by change of the body or by the change of external factors or the change in the emotions of the mind. He continues with his service. And such a person is a real Pandit, a real learned. He knows about the soul, which is permanent. Yamhina vyatayanti ete purusham purusha risham sama dukkha sukham dhiram so amritatta avyaya kalpate. Such a person who is stable during favorable condition and unfavorable condition, whether it's heat or cold, such a person, oh, greatest of best of the men, Purusha Rishab, is eligible for the divine knowledge and eligible for liberation, eligible for the nectarian message. Because our real identity is Bhishma is soul, Dhritarashtra is soul, Duryodhana is soul, and the soul can the soul is was always existing, is existing, and remain existing. Bhishma, the body may change, but Bhishma was always there. So don't worry about him. Do something good for him. Na asto vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata. Ubayorapi drishto anta tab anya tattva-darshibi. Tattva-darshibi, the seeker of the truth, who is a learned person. They have concluded the body will change. We may keep the body fit by exercise. We may give lot of massage and medicine, but the body will change. And the soul cannot be destroyed. The soul was there, is there, and will be there. So Bhishma Pitama, you do whatever you want to do, the body has to change. But if you kill him, because your arrows is full of Krishna consciousness, he will get a better destination. And I want to give him that destination to him. You do that. As far as the soul, Bhishma is concerned, his soul, Avinashi. He cannot be, the soul cannot be killed. Arjuna, Avinashi tu tatvidi, yena sarvamidam tatam, vinasham avyayas asya na kaschit kartum arhati. The soul is in the region of the heart. And from the region of the heart, he pervades the whole body in the form of consciousness, like a bulb is in one corner of the room and with its effulgence pervade the whole room. Understand, the soul is Avinashi. Bhishma Pitama is Avinashi. No one can kill Bhishma, the soul, Arjuna. And for the body, it is perishable. Antavat ime deha nitya yokta sharirina anasino aprameyash tashmadyudayash bharata. The soul is indestructible. Bhishma is indestructible. The soul is immeasurable. We may take microscope or we may take a telescope. We cannot see the measurement of the soul. The soul is very, 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 very subtle, teeny. 1/10,000 tip of the air. The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, eternal entity called soul. The body comes to an end, but the soul will never ever come to an end. It's immeasurable. We may see the mirror anytime, many times. We will see the body because the soul is very teeny that it cannot be seen by the eyes. It's immeasurable. Whether it's an elephant or an insect, coronavirus, that is the size. Bhishma Pitama is here now, was and will remain because he is soul. Oh Krishna, but what will people say that I killed Bhishma Pitama's body? Oh Arjuna, those who think that you have killed Bhishma, they are not intelligent. And those who think that that Arjuna can kill Bhishma are also not intelligent because soul cannot kill soul, not soul cannot be killed by soul because soul is indestructible. So less intelligent people, whatever they say, one should not be disturbed. People will say something, but an intelligent person should not be disturbed. Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hantam ubato na vijanito neyam hanti na hanyate. Neither he who thinks the living entity is a slayer. If somebody thinks that Arjuna, you're a slayer, nor he who thinks that it is slain. If somebody thinks that Bhishma Pitama is going to be slain, is an intelligent person, a man of knowledge, because a soul slays not, nor a soul is slain. So if less intelligent people is saying something, we should not pay, give importance to what an intelligent person is saying, a guru is saying. You understand that Bhishma cannot be killed. Bhishma, for Bhishma the soul, there was no birth. For Bhishma the soul, there was no death. He was always there. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नयं भूत्वा भवित्वा वा न भूय अजो नित्यं शाश्वत अयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. The intelligent person knows that the soul is Bhishma, soul is not slain, even when the body is slain. For the soul, there is no birth, there is no death. The birthday is for the body, the death day is for the body. But for the soul, there is no birth and no death. He has not come into being. He was always there. And he will always remember. Nitya is Ajar, is unborn, is eternal. He is ever existing. And he was the oldest for time immemorial. One who knows this, O Krishna Arjuna, Veda Asina, Veda Veda avinashinam nityam ya enam ajam avyayam katam sa purusha partha kam gata yati hanti kam. Partha, son of Pritha, my auntie Kunti, how can a person who knows that soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, immutable, can kill anyone or cause anyone to? Less intelligent people may say that he killed and he was killed. No, you do kill Bhishma. By your killing, he will get a better destination. Vasamsi, as it is, Bhishma is going to die. And if you don't kill him, he will get a destination which may not be the best. And if you kill, he will get a better body. The body will change. Vasamsi, like a person who is uh, throwing out the old clothes and wearing a new fresh one, and he feels better. Similarly, give a better body to Bhishma. You do the needful. Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grinati naro parani tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani de. The soul, Bhishma Pitama has changed many bodies and give him the best body, the spiritual body, like a person throws away the old one and takes a new one. Do the needful, Arjuna. Nayam chindanti sastrani, nayam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledhyanta apo, na shoshati maruta. Arjuna, whatever weapon you have in the chariot, with this you cannot cut Bhishma, the soul, into pieces. Nor you can burn Bhishma the soul with fire weapon, nor you can moisten Bhishma the soul with a water weapon, or dry Bhishma the soul with air weapon. Achayedo ayam adayo ayam akledaya ashoshay evacha nitya sarvagata stanor achalo ayam sanatana. Bhishma is a individual soul and is unbreakable, insoluble. You cannot break him. You cannot mix him in water like sugar. You cannot burn like a wood because soul is beyond that. Bhishma is everlasting, is present at all time and all place. The soul is immovable, is spiritual and remains spiritual. So you do the needful and give him a better destination, a better spiritual body. Avyaktoyam achintayam avikaroyam uchate tashmadevam vidit by enam nanu shochatim arhasi. So like a learned person, he knows that the soul is invisible, Arjuna, inconceivable. It's beyond our understanding, immutable. It cannot be changed. The soul was eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body. You fight, kill Bhishma and Dronacharya, and with your arrows, they will get a much better spiritual body. That only you can do. Do it, Arjuna. Even if you think they are just combination of chemicals, still we get salt, and sometimes the salt is spilled into water. One does not feel or get worried about it. The salt has gone, you'll get more salt. So similarly, if you think Bhishma is a bag of chemicals, a chemical is gone. So why are you worried? Ata chainam nitya jatam nityam paman eshim mritam tatapi tvam mahabaho nainam soshitam arasi. Till you have nothing to lament on, O mighty armed Mahabahu Arjuna. If you think soul is a bag of chemical as and it is coming to an end, like chemicals come together and chemicals again split. So one is not disturbed. It's just chemicals. So why are you getting disturbed? Jata sahi dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janmam mrityuscha tashmat aparihararte natum sochati arasi. For those who have got birth, chemical is coming together, and for death, chemical is departing, getting separated. It doesn't make much for a learned person. One is not disturbed. It's just chemicals coming and going. So you should not lament, and and continue with your with your duty. Avyakt adani bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidanani eva tatra ka parid devanam. Chemicals came together, chemicals were separated, chemicals came together, and chemical again separated. Where is the reason to lament, Arjuna? The soul is amazing. Some people look at the soul as amazing. Wow, such a big elephant. In us, and some describe the soul as amazing. Wow, such a big, small coronavirus. And some hear about the soul. That soul is changing different bodies. But even after hearing about, people hear, see, and think soul is amazing, but still they cannot understand the soul is part and parcel of Supreme Personality Godhead, and should 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 obey or the orders of the Supreme Personality Godhead or the spiritual master. Acharyavat pashyati kasyid evam acharyavat vadati tateva anya acharyavat chainam anya shrinoti sutapi evam vedana chaiva kasyed. So some look at the soul as amazing. Some hear about, describe about soul as amazing. Some hear about the soul is amazing, but they still continue living at the bodily platform and they don't come to Arjuna. You live at the, understand Bhishma is a soul, you are soul, and do something to uplift the 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 upgrade the consciousness of the soul. Dehi nityam abat ayam dehe sarvasa bharata tashmat sarvani bhutani natum sochati adhasi. Come what may, you do for the body. You give massage, you give chemicals, you give best of the medicines. The body is going to deteriorate, die. And for soul, there's nothing to worry. Bhishma is going to die, whether you fight or you don't fight. But if you fight, Bhishma will get better destination, and you will do the best thing for the. Will be giving the best gift for Bhishma. And if you don't fight, Bhishma will get a body which is not the best. So do your duty and give the best to your grandfather and your teacher. Understand, Bhishma is soul. You are soul. We are soul, and we are not the body. And Arjuna, if you do unconditionally what I say, what the spiritual master say, you will get unlimited happiness. And if you have approach me conditionally, then you will get limited happiness. How is that, Krishna? And this is being explained from text 31 to 37. Mm. स्वधर्मम् अपि चोवेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुम् अर्हसि धर्म्याम् दिदि युद्ध श्रेयो नाश्रितस्य न विद्यते. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on the religious principle. So there is no need for hesitation. Arjuna, get up and do your duty. Yadrichaya chopanam swargadaram apravritam sukani kshatriya pata labante yuddham. Indrasi, if you fight and win, you will get the kingdom. And if you fight and die, you will get heaven. You're benefited. But even kingdom will give you limited happiness, heaven will give you limited happiness. But if you surrender completely, you will get complete unlimited happiness. Still, as a soul, if you have approached me conditionally, you will get limited. And if अतचेत्त्वम् imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tata swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avasyasi. And if you totally neglect the principles of religiosity, you will be committing a sin. And with sin, you will you will be defamed and you will get very unhappiness. And people will speak ill about him, and that will be painful for you. Akirtim chapi bhutani katayishyanti te avyayam sambhavi sambhavitasya cha akirtir maranan aditi cha te. People will speak ill about you, Arjuna, and for a respectable person, a Kshatriya, dishonor is worse than death. It will be painful for you. So there are three things a person can do. They can unconditionally surrender to the spiritual master, or conditionally approach the spiritual master, or not listen to the spiritual master. If one doesn't listen to the spiritual master, he will have a painful life. And if he conditionally approach the spiritual master, he will have limited happiness. And if he one approaches unconditionally, he will get unlimited happiness. Vayadranadu mam syanti tvam maharata yesham tvam Bahumato Bhutva Yashashe Lagavam. People will say, the great generals like Bhishma and Karna will not say that Arjuna out of compassion has gone. They will say that Arjuna is a eunuch, and he was not able to face us. That's why he ran away. And your fame will be that you are a great warrior. Everybody will forget that and start, calling you as a eunuch, and will say that Arjuna has lost his power, and they will make fun of you, and they will laugh at you, thinking that you're insignificant. If that is what you want to do, you better don't call me as your friend, and you just stay away from me. So Avachya vadam cha bahum vadasyanti tava hita nindanta tava smartayam tato dukkataram nukim. The enemies will laugh at you, make fun of you, and uh, they will spread the word that you are lost your uh, manhoodness and you're becoming eunuch. They'll speak unkind words, and they will doubt your ability, and that would be very painful for you. What to And because they will speak ill about you, it will be very painful for me also, because I am your friend. I cannot see that bad name comes to you. So, Arjuna, do the needful. Ato va prapsyasi sargam jitva va bhokshasi mahim tasmadutishta kaunteya yuddhaya kirta nishchaya. You're my friend. That's why you get up and fight. O son of Kinti, if you fight, if you're killed in the battlefield, you will get the heavenly planet. And if you win, you get the kingdom. But this will give you limited happiness because you are acting like a Kshatriya. But get up, that's why, and with determination and fight. The second time the word Utishta has been used. And now in the fourth chapter and the 11th chapter. But Arjuna, if you want unlimited happiness, then unconditionally surrender to the spiritual master. Then you see what kind, what, what, uh, what is bliss, how one can be happy at all time, place, and circumstances. Sukhe dukhe same kritva labha labha jaya jaya tata yuddhaya yujasva nainam papam avapsyasi. So, for those who unconditionally surrender to the spiritual master, though fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. By doing so, you will never incur sin. So do the needful, Arjuna, and get up and fight. If you unconditionally surrender, Esha te abhihita sankhe buddhir yoge ta imam shrinu buddhaya yukta yaya partha karma bandham rahasasi. If we unconditionally surrender to the spiritual master, we will be we will uh, 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 if we unconditionally surrender to the we will be getting freed from all the bondages of birth. The word buddhi yoga, nishkam karma yoga, and bhakti yoga mean the same thing, that is to please Krishna. And if we do such act unconditionally, नेहा अभिक्रमनाशोस्ति प्रत्वायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायतो महातो भया. A small endeavor in this will save us from great loss or diminution. A little advancement on this path will protect us from the most dangerous type of fear, that is losing the human body and getting into animal insect free body, because we are going but in the right direction. We are going, but we are going in the right direction. So that is uh, uh, because we are rectifying ourselves just by surrendering to the spiritual master. Little, little uh, advancement will guarantee us a human body, and in the next life also we will again be given a chance to become a better devotee. So there is no loss or diminution. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एके हे कुरु नंदना बहुशाखा ही अनंतस्य बुद्ध व्यवसायिनाम. That's why a learned person becomes resolute in the person. Yes, I want to unconditionally surrender to my spiritual master. Please, Krishna. They are resolute in that purpose. That is their aim, to please the spiritual master. Oh, best of the Kurus, oh, beloved child of the Kurus, intelligence of those who are not surrender to the spiritual master is many branched. They want to please the girlfriend, then their wife, then their children, then grandchildren, and grandchildren becoming they want to please the dog, and they die again, and they go on. The center of importance changes, but for a person who is a devotee, surrendered completely to the spiritual master, their only one point focus is to please the spiritual master. व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक हे कुरुनंद बहुशाखा अनंत च बुद्धि अव्यवसायिना. Such a person will never ever get, such a person will never ever get disturbed or infatuated by the sweet words of the scriptures. which says that if you perform this yajna, you will go to heaven and have a good time with Suras. You will go to the seventh heaven and the ninth cloud. They are not disturbed by these words. Yam imam pushpitam vacha pravadanti avipachita pashchita vedavadarata pata nanya astiti vadina काम आत्मना सर्गपार जन्म कर्म फलाप्रदम क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतम प्रति. The intelligent person, unlike the men of small knowledge, they don't get attached to the clever words of the Vedas, which are uh, which are known as the karma kanda, the fruity activities to the seventh heaven and the ninth cloud. They are they don't run behind uh, power, pain, good birth. Those who are less intelligent, they run behind opulent life and sense gratification, bhog aishwarya, and they say that there is nothing more than that. But an intelligent person thinks and thinks and thinks. It thinks, yeah, what is permanent? What is going to be with me? सोच के सोचो क्या साथ आएगा. He is knows only spiritual acts will always remain with me in my spiritual bank, whereas material acts will be there for some time and body, wealth will go. History speaks that people worked hard for money. Either the money was there or he was there, and it was not always with them. But devotees, they worshipped like Prahlad. They were devoted to Krishna. They got unlimited, ever increasing spiritual credits for all time. Bhoga Ishwarya Prasakta Nam. The intelligent people knows that opulence and sense gratification disturbs our consciousness. So they are very careful about this. Bhoga Ishwarya Prasakta Nam Tyapaharata Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samado Navidyate. They are very careful because they are resolute in their determination to serve unconditionally the spiritual master and the supreme personality of Godhead. And they know that this kind of opulence and sense gratification uh, 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 will disturb the mind. Therefore, in the mind of those who are too attached, they know that those who are too attached to sense gratification, material opulences, they are always bewildered and they can never understand the goal of life is to unconditionally surrender to the spiritual master. But Krishna, these things are mentioned in the Vedas. Arjuna, the Vedas are 80% talking about uh, karma kanda, about three modes of material nature. But Arjuna, Arjuna, you should, you should uh, overcome. You should overcome. You should go. You should overcome the three modes of material nature. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Nistriguna Bhava Arjuna Nirdanda Nityatatsa Niryoga Shema Atmavan. It is the connection. Right? The, you have to change the position of the Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraiguna Bhava Arjuna Nirdanda Nityatatsa Niryoga Shema Atmavan. So the Vedas, the Vedas, yes, the 80% of the Vedas, the subject of the three modes of material nature. Oh, Arjuna, transcend the three modes of material nature. Be free from duality and anxiety, and gain safety and be established in the self. The the uh, the learned, they know that the goal of the Veda speak, the essence of Veda is to please Krishna. Vedecha sarver aham evo vedo vedanta krit veda vid evachaham. Yavan artha udapane sarvatra samplodoke tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. The learned who knows these purpose of Vedas knows that by pleasing Krishna, whatever duties. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So by serving, by pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Vedas uh, is the purpose of the Vedas. By serving the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is like pouring water to a tree. The branches, the leaf, the fruits, twigs get water. By putting food into the stomach, the all the parts of the body gets energy. So in so like by going to a super mall, we get everything, in one place. Otherwise, we go to the market for vegetable. We go to vegetable market for going to for getting cloth. We go to the cloth market. For books, we go to the book market. But coming to Krishna is like coming to supermarket. Yavan artha udapani sarvata samplodoke tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahman asya vijanata. By serving Krishna, we automatically serve everyone. In bygone days, to wash clothes in a village, there is one well, and to what utensil, there is another well, and to for drinking water, there is another well, and for uh, uh, washing clothes, there is another well. For different purpose, there is. But a lake is such a big vast reservoir of water that people can get drinking water, they can get water for washing clothes, they can get water for whatever cleaning utensils, everything in one place. Similarly, by serving Krishna, we can serve the humanity, we can serve the parents, we can serve each and everyone. That's why a devotee of the Lord uh, is focused in his uh, in his uh, uh, focus to serve, please the spiritual master. That is the goal, and he knows I am entitled to. I have a right to I have a right to do spiritual activity and I have no rights over the fruit. Karmane eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalo hetu mate sang karmanani. Soul has got full right to serve the super soul. That is a duty. But is not entitled to the fruit of the action because the Lord is so pleased that he will give more than what he may even think about. One may approach the Lord saying that I am today chanting, please give me one small room for accommodation. But Krishna says that I am not an ordinary person. You have approached me. I will give a room, that too not in Mira Road, not in Maharashtra, not in India, not in Earth. I will give a room in Golok Vrindavan, that too a big room full of jewels and unlimited happiness. But with our teeny intelligence, brain, we are Anu and we think very teeny. God is Vibhu. So Krishna is saying, don't ask for fruit because I'm going to give the fruit which is beyond your imagination. So Karmani, we do our act, but don't ask for the fruit. And and if we think that, oh, we should not think about the fruit, then why should I work? Then understand, we cannot remain we cannot remain without doing any activities. So we should be continue to do our act. So don't consider, don't get be unattached to not doing your duty also. And also don't consider that uh, if I'm getting some fruits, we are the cause of the fruit. So in this way, Krishna it says that intelligent person understands that he duty, he has to perform his duty, that is to unconditionally serve the spiritual master, and he knows the result will be amazing. He did not think uh, he did not ask for anything. Like for a small boy, he is obedient. Father will give him clothes, good schooling, and good best of the food, etc., etc., etc. He should not say, Father, if I uh, study, will you give me bread today? No, the Father will unconditionally give everything. So, pure devotee knows that if he serves unconditionally, unlimited bliss and happiness will promised for him. So one should learn the art of pleasing the spiritual master. That is called yoga. Yogastu kuru karmani sangam tetta dhananjaya siddhya siddhi samobhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga means to connect to the soul, connecting super soul. Perform your duty equipoised, whether things are favorable or unfavorable, whether there is success or failure, whether there is gain or don't gain, no gain. Understand, the Lord is going to give something beyond our expectation. So keep everything, all the unwanted thoughts away. Dure nahi avaran. Keep all the doubts away and be focused in a service to please the spiritual master. Dure nahi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddha sharanam anvicha vipana phala hetava. Oh, winner of the wealth, I will call you Dhananjay, the real winner of the wealth. If you serve the spiritual master and get his blessing, the wealth of his blessings, keep all the doubts and all the abominable habits and abominable activities far distant by being focused in serving the spiritual master, devotional service. And in that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord and be happy. And for those who are behind small gains, want to enjoy the fruits, they are actually kripana. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. They are uh, they are infected by the miserliness, uh, the nature of being miserly. So be intelligent and be focused and serve the spiritual master unconditionally. Buddhi yukta jaha it जहाति हा उबे सुकृता दुष्कृता तस्माद् योग युजस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम. Be expert in the art of be expert in mm, be expert uh, be expert in the art of in yoga, which is the art of all work. A man engaged in devotional service treats himself of both good and bad reaction even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all. So this is the art of living. Yoga karmashu kaushalam. Tashmad yoga yujasva yoga karmashu kaushalam. Favorable, unfavorable, good, bad, heat, cold. Be focused in service to the spiritual master. That is art of living. That is art of all work. That is real yoga. You, कर्मजां बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्ता मनीषिणः जन्मबन्ध विनिर्मुक्त्वा पदं गच्छन्ति अनामयम्. And such a person is having the best of both. Best, he is happy in this material world, and when he lives, he gets a, a, get the spiritual world. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, a great sage or the devotee free themselves from the results of work in the material world, and in this way he is free from the cycle of birth, death, old age, disease, and thus attains a state of uh, going beyond miseries, and he goes back home, back to Godhead. Thus, he is happy in all time, all place, and all circumstances. And after leaving the body, he goes to the spiritual world where there is always blissful. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyati tarasyati tada gantasya nirvedam shrutavasya shrutavyascha. Thus, be fixed in the goal of life. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, the flowery words of Vedas, and you become indifferent to all that has been heard or that is going to be heard, you remain, have attained the real state of mind. Shruti viprati panate yada स्थायति निश्चल समाधो achal buddhi tada yoga avapsyasi. And in that state of mind, you will be focused in your service to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you will at all time, all place, all circumstance be happy, blissful, and simply be living a very wonderful life. Krishna, unconditional service to the spiritual master or trying to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead is such a wonderful thing. I'm so amazed. I want to know. I want to know what is, how is a devotee, what kind of a person he is, what kind of thing, what are the characteristics of a devotee who is uh, unconditionally surrendered to the spiritual master. Please tell me the nature of such a devotee who's called as Sthita Pragya. Sthita Pragya Kabasha. So there are four questions Arjuna is going to ask. Arjuna Vacha Sthita Pragyasya Kabasha Samadhi Sta Asya Keshava Sthitadi Kima Prabhaseta Kim Asita Vrajet Kim. So Arjuna is asking four questions. Symptoms of a person, which is answered in text 55. And how does a devotee of the Lord who is fixed unconditionally to please the spiritual master uh, respond? So that is in text 56 and 57. And how does he protect himself like a tortoise? That is mentioned in text 58 to 63. And how does he conduct his activities? Uh, that is mentioned from 64 to 72. So it's like somebody is uh, want to become an IAS officer. So he thinks, how does a student study? A student who is studying for IAS, how does he, prepare himself? What does he do? And how does he sit? How does he walk? Or one who is preparing for IIT, what is the symptom of a person who is going to be successful in IIT? So this Arjuna is saying, I want to know how is a devotee who, what are the symptoms of a devotee who is going to succeed or attain the goal of life? Uh, so Arjuna is asking, Arjuna Vacha Sthita Pragyasya ka bhasha samadhi तस्य केशव स्थितधि किम प्रभाषेत किम आसीत व्रजेत किम. So in text 54, Krishna, Arjuna is asking four questions. Sthita pragyasa kabhasa, what are the symptoms of a person who is in samadhi? O Keshava, o killer of demon Keshi. Sthita di kim, uh, how does he respond? Pravesh, Prabhasheta Kim. Kim Prabhasheta and Kim Asita. How does he say it and how does he say Vrajeta Kim? So there are four questions, and Krishna is very happy that Arjuna is thinking in the right direction and is smiling and saying, Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Again, once again, Shri means beautiful. Bhagavan means most important person. Vacha means speaking. That is the most important person, most beautiful, important person is speaking something which is very important and beautiful for us. And that means we must pay utmost attention, laser focus, and concentrate on what Krishna is saying. Every word, forget every word, every letter is important and beautiful for us. That means we should be alert and concentrate and uh, pay full attention. Prajahati yada kamam sarvam partha manogatam atmani evatmana tushta sthita pragya tadochyate. O Partha, son of uh, uh, my auntie Pritha, when a person gives up all varieties of desires of sense gratification, he says that no, my goal of life is to please my spiritual master, and these other thoughts of sense gratification, which arises from mental concoction, he gives it up. His mind is purified. Has only one goal. Vivasayatmika buddhi. I want to please my spiritual master. Such a person is said to be in a transcendental position. He's like, he's happy in all condition and in all time and all place and all circumstances. He's only thinking about how can I please my spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada. दुःखेषु अनुद्विग्न मनः सुखेषु विगत स्पृह वीतराग भय क्रोध सितधीर मुनिर उच्यते. That person is not disturbed even in the midst of misery, or he doesn't get excited, elated in happiness. He's free from, he's stable, whether condition is favorable or unfavorable. He's free from all attachment, fear, and anger. He is, he is Sthitadir Muni Uchyate. Like, uh, uh, like, uh, uh, we all hear the story of a, we all hear the story of a minister. He always used to say, he's a great devotee, but he's always say, whatever happens, happens for good. Once the king got his finger cut, all the others said, oh king, how bad, how sad, this is not good. Oh, we are sorry. But the minister said, whatever happens, happens for good. The king got angry. You fool, I, my finger is cut. It's paining, and you say, whatever happens, happens for good. Put this fellow behind the bars. The minister smiled and said, whatever happens, happens for good. The king said, yes, this is good for you. And the king, in anger, next morning goes for hunting along with soldiers. As he's going and going and going, he goes far in the depth of the forest because he was a little angry. He did not know where he was going and he lost the path, and the soldiers lost him. He lost the soldiers, and that was no moon day. And the tribals were looking for a good prey, and they caught hold of the king and they said, he is the night good prey for the goddesses Durga, and today he should be sacrificed. Our head pujari will be happy. The king will be happy. So they bought the king, and the king was given a nice bath and was put tilak and he was nicely inspected. And when the pujari inspected the king, he found, oh, his finger and the nail is cut. This is not a good offering for Durga Devi. We are committing offense, sin. We'll make a big mistake. Kick this fellow out. Bring somebody else. How dare you bring him? The king said, wow, my finger is cut. Whatever happens, happens for good. Today, if my finger is not cut, my head would have been cut. And he runs away and goes to the forest, from the forest directly to the prison house and opens the gate. And he says, whatever happens, happens for good. If today my finger was not cut, my head would have cut. But you're in the jail. You say, whatever happens, happens for good. How come this is good for you? He said, my dear king, I am your faithful servant. Had you not put me behind the bar, I would have been out of the had you been out of the bar, I would have been out of the world. How come? I would have followed you faithfully, faithfully. And the tribals would have said, this fellow is gone. Come, call the next one. And I would have been the next. And had I not been in the prison, I would have not been in this world. Then he said, whatever happens, happen for good. Yeah. So in this way, they are not disturbed. And so this is how pure devotee of the Lord, they are stable. They know whatever happens, my dear God will do for my good. Ya sarvatra anabis neha tat tat prapya shubham na vinananti na deshati na tasya prasti pratistitham. In this material world, they are not affected by good or evil or praise or infamy. They are focused in the service to the spiritual master. Like Srila Prabhupada, the scripture says to cross the ocean, go from Bharat to foreign countries is very inauspicious. But auspicious or inauspicious, stay in Vrindavan is auspicious. But auspicious or inauspicious doesn't matter. What matter is service to the spiritual master, unconditional service to spiritual master. His god brothers and others were uh, uh, speaking ill about him, but that was not important. And some of his disciples were praising him that Prabhupada is God. But Prabhupada was not affected by this. He was focused in his service to his spiritual master. Yada samharte cha ayam kurma ana anga eva sarvasa indriyani indriya artebhya tasya pragya pratistita. And such a person, when danger comes, he keeps himself in a very safe position. Like if a brahmachari goes to a place where in a hotel or where there are children and many women, so he will just stick to his room and he will not come out of the room. He will make sure, well, if things are safe, he comes out. Like a tortoise is there in a shell. He has got a shell. The head, two hands, two legs, and the tail are out when everything is safe. When danger is there, the tortoise pulls the head, tail, legs, and hands and keeps himself safe. Similarly, a devotee of the Lord in unfavorable situation, he keeps himself in a in the association of devotees. विषयविनिवर्तन्ते निरहरस्य देहिनां रसवर्जं रसापस्य param drishtva nivartate. And he's happy in the association of the devotees because he has found the taste in being in association of devotee and serving the devotees and coming, uh, getting up early and doing Mangalarti. He has got the taste. It's like this, that he's happy in dancing, chanting, and feasting, because of which we can he can easily give up the association of non-devotees even if they are performing parties. For an ordinary person, avoiding party is difficult because he has not found the taste in getting up early and standing in Mangal Aarti. A devotee of the Lord has got the taste of standing in front of the Lord during Mangal Aarti, because of which he can very easily give up the association of non-devotees. Though the embodied soul is restricted from sense enjoyment, the taste of sense object remains. But uh, because the devotee has got little taste in serving the devotees of the Lord, he can easily give up the glamour and glitter of the material world. यतातो हि अपि कौन्तेया पुरुषस्य विपश्चिता इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाति ni harante prashabham mana. The devotee of the Lord is very careful because he knows the senses, the tongue, the eyes are hankering for material objects. The enduring devotee of the Lord who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he thinks he is fortunate. Today, the mind is in control of the intelligence because of the mercy of devotees, spiritual master, and Prabhupada. He is like an hunter who has caught the prey, hunted animals in the net, the birds, the rabbits in the net. But he is careful that if he is, even if it becomes little inattentive, the rabbits and the birds will fly away. Similarly, in the net of sadhana, spiritual practice, the mind, the uncontrolled mind has come into clutches, and he knows even little bit of uh, uh, unalerted, unalertedness, inattentiveness, the mind will again go back to the material world. So it's very careful to be in association of devotees and not to go in association of non-devotees. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matpara basehi yashendri ani tasya pragya pratistita. And he restrains from being in association of non-devotees and keeping them fully under control, being in the association of devotees. He is conscious to do his sadhana much better, and he is trying to sharpen his intelligence because he knows even for a second the eyes sees what not to be seen, the ear hears something which is not to be heard, the tongue tastes something which is not to be tasted. Then uh, immediately immediately the mind start thinking about that object or that person, and he knows how the mind gets degraded. Dayato vishayan pumsan sangasteshu upajayate sangas sanjayate kama kama krodha vijayate. He knows the degradation of mind happens when mind is thinking about an object. Like a student coming from a very good family, he goes to a college. He knows he is coming to the college to study and get good marks, and he can get good marks. But he sees a beautiful girl and he starts thinking about the girl. Tayoto Vishayan Pamsan and Sangasteshu Pade. Because he was associating with that girl, now he's started thinking about the girl. And Sanjay Kama. And because of thinking about the girl, an intense desire comes in his mind that she will become my wife. But uh, but the girl after a few days says that, my dear uh, friend, come, I have to give you some invitation. Oh, what invitation? He's happy. But he says, this is an invitation for my wedding. So then he, because his desire is now not fulfilled, he gets angry. Kamat krodha vichayate. And because he gets angry, he said that if she is not mine, she cannot be anybody's. Krodhat bhavati sammoha sammoha smriti vibrama smriti bramsat buddhinashat buddhinasat pranashati. He said, if she is not mine, she is nobody. And he gets so angry. In this anger, he says that I will kill uh, her, her, and I will kill her would-be husband, and then I will kill myself. And I don't care what happens. He forgets Smriti Brahmsat Buddhi Nashat. He forgets that he is the son of a very good father and he's a good student and he's come here to study. He forgets everything and he does what is not to be done. Buddhi Nashat Pranashati and go to jail. So in this way, a devotee of the Lord, he knows that he's careful not to get in association of worldly non-devotees and glitter and glamour. Ragadesha vimuktestu vishayan indriyascharaन् atma vishayar vide atma prasadan adhigacchati. Thus, by keeping himself very carefully attached in the association of devotees and staying away from the association of non-devotees, following the regulated principles, he controls his mind much more and his intelligence becomes more steadfast, and thereby the mercy of the Supreme Person of Godhead, he starts experiencing bliss and happiness. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanir asyopajayate prasanna chetaso hi asu buddhi parya vastistate. Swimming is endurance to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. The Lord becomes pleased and blesses him with happiness and removes all his miseries. So we should endeavor, rest Krishna will shower his mercy. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya na cha yuktasya bhavana na cha bhavayaya santir na santa asya kuta sukam. And for a person who is not even enduring to please the spiritual master or please Krishna, the Supreme Person of Godhead, such a person, his mind will always be behind sense gratification. For such a person's intelligence will always be bewildered. His mind will never be controlled. He will not have a steady mind. For a person who is not having steady mind, how can he be peaceful? And if a person is not having peace, how can he think to be happy also? So a devotee of the Lord is happy because his mind is peaceful. His mind is peaceful because his intelligence is steady, and because his intelligence steady, his mind is controlled, and because he's enduring to uh, serve the spiritual master, Krishna is blessing him, and he becomes peaceful, and he's back. For a non-devotee, he doesn't get the mercy of Krishna. That's why his mind is not peaceful. Because he is not peaceful, he is not happy. So a devotee is very careful to become a better devotee. Indriyanam hi charantam yan mano anuvidyate tadasya harti pragnam vayu navam iva ambasi. And the devotee, a devotee sadhaka, a devotee who is enduring to becoming a better devotee, he is very careful because he knows that this mind is like uh, this. He knows that as a strong wind sweeps a boat on the water, even he knows that even if one of the roaming senses uh, sees something or get attached to the sense object, it will carry the mind away from the orders of the spiritual master. So he is very careful, like a hunter who is hunting the hunting and catching the prey in the net. So he is very careful not to be inattentive. Tashmadyasya mahabhavo nirgrintani sarvasa indriyan indriya artebhya tasya pragya pratisthita. Therefore, mighty armed Arjuna, Mahabhavo, I will call you Mahabhavo if with your strength you can control your senses and mind. And one whose senses are restrained from sense object is certainly has a steady intelligence. With steady intelligence, he can control the mind. With controlled mind, he will become peaceful. And with peace, he will get happiness. And या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुने. The non-devotees, for them, sense gratification is uh, uh, sense gratification is the goal of life, and for the devotees, sense gratification is not the goal of life. When the devotees are active, the non-devotees at that place, non-devotees will not be active. The devotees are active in the morning. The non-devotees sleep at that time. In the night, the non-devotees are going to party and active. The devotees are sleeping. So the focus of the devotees is different, and the focus of the non-devotees are different. It's like day and night. अपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठम् समुद्रम् आप प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामयम् प्रविशन्ति सर्वे शान्तिम् आपनोति न कामकामी. For a devotee of the Lord, for a devotee of the Lord who is advanced, his mind is like an ocean of devotion. Many money comes, power comes, people come, position come. He's not disturbed. Like in a river, when in the ocean, rivers, water flows, the ocean does not overflows. Its limit. The water merges in the ocean. Similarly, money comes. Prabhupada said, yes, money, good. Use it in Krishna service. People came, make them devotees and serve Krishna. And position came. He says, write books. And in this way, whatever came, Prabhupada was not elated. Money came, he did not make bungalow for his daughter and wife and children. People came, he did not make them servant and said, okay, do something for me. No, everything for Krishna. And he was happy at all time, place and circumstance. He was pleased. He did not get elated. As unlike a kamakami, a non-devotee, he gets little money, he gets excited, and he thinks he is out of the world. Vihaya kamanya sarvan puman charati nispriha nirmaha nirahankara samasantim adhigachati. A devotee of the Lord is has no desire. His only desire is to please Krishna. A devotee of the Lord knows nothing belongs to me. I belong to Krishna, and whatever is with me also belong to Krishna. Nirmama. Nothing is mine. I am Krishna. Nir Ahankara. He says, I cannot do anything. Whatever I am doing, it's only done by Krishna's mercy. Nispriha Nirmama Nir Ahankara. Such a devotee of the Lord gets peace and unlimited happiness. And thus, a devotee of the Lord, these are the symptoms. Arjuna, become a devotee, please study and fight and be a great devotee and make others devotee, be happy and make others happy. Esha Brahmistita Partha Nainam Prapya Vim Muhyati Stita Asyam Anta Kale Apim Brahman Nirvanam Archati. In this way, a devotee of the Lord, as he is living, is peaceful. And as he's living in all time, circumstances, and place, he is happy and blissful. And when he leaves this body, he goes to the spiritual world where he is eternally peaceful, happy, and blissful. So, a devotee of our Lord is benefited in this world and is in benefit in the next world also. So, become a devotee, make your life successful, take this purpose seriously, and become focused in Krishna consciousness. Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi एक है Kurunandana, Bahusakai Vyavasai. So a spiritual master shows the real identity, our real connection to the spiritual father. And if we are conditionally approaching this supreme personality of Godhead, we get limited happiness. But if we unconditionally serve the spiritual master to fulfill the plan of the Lord, we get unlimited, ever increasing happiness. Thus, let us understand the plan of the Lord and unconditionally serve the spiritual master and attain unlimited, ever increasing happiness. Hare Krishna. Okay, with this, we conclude. Any questions at this stage?